I'm gonna go over how I practice at home because I'm currently not enrolled in dance, or I'm currently not in any acting classes right now. I've been practicing a lot at home. Like right now I've been really heavily focused on dance, but I do practice at home and I enjoy practicing at home. So for practicing at home, I said that 3 times. I like to do voice acting practice because recently I discovered that I want to do voice acting as well because I already feel like I have a really natural high voice, kind of like the girl from Bob's Burgers. Not exactly like her, but I don't know, my voice reminds me of her. I have this script here and I'm gonna break it down with you guys and show you what I do. And then I also have this script here, a normal self-tape that I like to do. So I'm gonna just go through my process. So this is what I do. I am not a professional. This is just what I do. So the first thing I like to do, something that really helped me, is talking out loud. So I'm filming a video now, but talking out loud, like I am actually filming a video when I'm not, it's really helpful to let my brain process things. The first thing I do is I read the script. Obviously you want to read it and understand it and see what the vibe is. Just see what's happening, anything you notice, and then stop, read it again. Read it again, just feel it. So this script is a mock of Grownish because I didn't want to be copyrighted when I posted the scripts or self-tape. So I made a mock version of what like Zoe would say. So in the script, what she is talking about is she's talking to her friend and they are conversating about how Zoe is very, very nervous to go on this date with a guy she met because she curates her life online and she's scared that when he meets her, she is not going to be the same person and he's going to reject her. So instantly, right off the bat, I'm like, okay, that has happened to me in my high school life. So that's a relatable feeling. I know what it feels like to be, like 15, 16, going on a date with a guy and you're really nervous of rejection. So that's the first thing I did, is that I read the story, see how I can relate, see what I feel. And this is a very easy one because it's really realistic. So it's not like a vampire movie or, you know, just like random something else where it's like hard to relate to, but it's easier to relate. So I said that, okay, just out of generosity or general knowledge, it's very relatable. She is nervous to meet a man because she has fear of rejection. So for my objective, I just like to write an objective because it's kind of like your main goal, your topic, what you're trying to get out of the scene. So for my objective is she's venting to her crush about, or she's venting to her friend about anxiety to meet her crush. So when you're venting, what do you want to get out of the situation? You just want to express your feelings. You're really nervous. You're really talking in circles. You're like, you may have a lot of anticipation, because I know when I vent to my friends, my brain is racing everywhere. I'm not calm. I'm not really like this, that, and the third. I'm just like everywhere. I'm like, that is your objective. It just puts things in perspective of what you're trying to get out of the scene. Fourth thing, what I do, I write a backstory. You don't have to write a long backstory, but just something of what the character maybe is going through in this scene, or what's happening to get you to that point, who she is as a person, right? So we got the objective, she's venting to her friend. Now let's dig a little deeper. Who is Zoe? Zoe, let's just make something up. Zoe is this rich girl. This is, don't think about it from the actual show. This is just me making my own character. Zoe is some rich girl. She's African American. She's 22. Let's go back. She's about 20. She's in her freshman, sophomore year of college at a HBCU. And she grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, so she has a hard time connecting with other like African American people. But now that she goes to HBCU, she's connecting with all these people, and she kind of doesn't feel like she fits in, but she knows she does because obviously she's African American. And she just has a hard time connecting with people socially. So she does have a friend from the school who she met her first day, and she's happy about that, but she's just not like connecting with other girls and other men, like going to all these parties. She's just not connecting with people. She wants to connect with them. So she also has a life. She also is like an influencer. She has this huge life on her Instagram platform. She has millions of, not millions, let's say thousands of followers. She does sponsorships. She makes like coin from her Instagram, and she curates her life. She's kind of broke because she's in college, but she goes to these fancy restaurants and take cute photos and open PR packages of dresses, but she still has struggles. She has internal issues. She has insecurities any 20-year-old would have, right? So she has this life in the real world. She's struggling a little bit in college, connecting with people, but she's also this popular influencer on like social media. So she has all these followers, and she's trying to connect with her college student mates. So like for me, that's what I thought of. You could think of something completely different. You could say she was like a poor girl from the Bronx, moved to an HBCU school and having trouble connecting, or she's insecure. Like it could be anything. Just make up something that feels right to you, and that relates to me, so I am able to connect with the character more. So now that I have a short little background, so that could show like fear of rejection, like she got rejected a lot by the other kids, or inner thoughts. So I just learned this, even though it's self-explanatory in acting, but I just learned about inner thoughts. And it's so weird to me because people always say that feel it inside, but I never really got it until I thought of inner thoughts. Like basically what I do for your inner thoughts, we already made the backstory of who Zoe is, and we know she's trying to vent to her friend about her crush. So I like to go through each line and write inner thoughts for what she is saying, and then portray that in when I'm filming the self-tape. So let's do an example. Zoe says, what if he sees me and decides I'm not enough? If you just say that, you're just like, what if he sees me and says I'm not enough? You don't really feel anything, and if you try to force it, it looks weird. It's like, what if he sees me and I'm not enough? You know, it's like weird. So that's where inner thoughts come in. When you're saying that to your friend, you're not going to be crying to her. I don't know about you, like maybe, but for me, I don't like to cry or even share my real emotions, but I could say that to my friend, right? But deep down, what am I thinking internally? I'm thinking, what if I'm not worthy of love? What if I'm ugly? I'm not gonna say, what if I'm ugly? What if I'm not worthy of love to my friend? No, but deep down, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling is that, am I worthy of this man's love? I was rejected in the past and I'm not worthy of his love. What if he just really does not like me for who I am? Because that's what I went through before. That's what I'm thinking while I say, what if he sees me and decides I'm not enough? To my friend. And it comes off a little bit more like realistic, because when you're talking normally, you typically say things but feel them inside. That's why people can read body language so well, because you say things but you feel something else inside, and they're like, do you really mean that? So for example, a good example is, I'm fine. If you're really fine and really like happy, you're like, I'm fine. Like you feel good, like you're like, I'm fine. Like you think about someone you like, or you're thinking about how you just had Chipotle and it was so good, so now it's sunny and you're about to take a nap. You're like, I'm fine. Or you're like really upset and you're really angry and you feel like, I'm fine. People can tell instantly like you're not fine. You're just saying you're fine, but your inner thoughts are saying like, I'm pissed off right now, I'm so angry right now, like you stupid. And that's why it was such a big brain fart to me when I learned about inner thoughts, because it really helps you when you want to convey a subtle emotion. And that's what I do for each line. You don't have to do each line, obviously, but for most of the lines, I like to write what what's happening. Then, you know, you have your 4 or 5 steps. I don't remember which number we're on. I'm yapping a really long time, but you basically put that together. You film your self-tape. You remember what she did in the backstory. You know, you don't have to think about that during it, but then you embody who she is, feel it, let it go, and then when you film your self-tape, obviously you remember the lines. But while you're saying the lines, you think about your inner thoughts, and then you allow that to flow out. You allow it to flow out, and hopefully you'll get a decent performance. So I feel like me having a process that I feel comfortable and confident in is so important, because I'm just a very logical step by step. That is literally how I learn, is step by step. Do this, do this, do this, and you'll get this. And this is kind of what I got, and it feels really good when I do it. So I wanted to share it. So yeah, it's very similar to voice acting too, but I don't want to go on too long. But voice acting is very similar. You kind of just do, like, use your imagination. Like, if you're voicing SpongeBob, you want to imagine SpongeBob is actually doing the things that you're saying, like, in your mind, like, visualize it, and then be very physical, more physical compared to film. Film, you want to be a little more subtle and natural, but voice, you can be really physical, because it helps convey the character through an animation. But yes.
Tell me all about the things where you were fantasize. I know you dig the way my step, the way my make me stride. All of your feeling, baby, good because they cannot be denied. Come to me in the night, I make me get it amplified. But I grip for run the ship, and I go slip, and I go slide. In other words, the love I got to give it certified. To give it the toughest, longest time for ride. Girl,
baby boy, stay on my mind.
come on, girl, tell me how you feel.
I think about you all the time. I see you in my dreams.
You don't know the love is real.
Baby boy, not a day goes by.
Come on, girl, tell me what's the deal.
I think about you all the time. I see you in my
You don't
dreams.
know the love is real.
Picture us dancing real close in a dark, dark corner of a basement party. Every time I close my eyes, it's like everyone left but you and me. In our own little world, the music is the sun. The dance floor becomes a scene. Feels like true paradise to me. Baby boy, stay on my mind, fulfill my fantasy.
Tell me how you feel.
I think about you all the time. I see you in my dreams.
You know the love is real.
Baby boy, not a day goes by. I think about you all the time. I see you in my dreams.
You don't know the love is real.
Baby boy.